Lumix G9 is the latest flagship model from Panasonic. It is based on a GH5 which we already reviewed and were very satisfied with it. But the fact is GH5 is made primarily for video recording. It is also a good still image camera, but primarily for video. That's why Panasonic made this model, the G9. This one is aimed directly at photographers. Image quality is very good. Panasonic stated they made certain alterations to sensor and image processor, and you can really see that. This is actually the first Panasonic that has really good color reproduction. Besides the global adjustments like white balance, global saturation, shadow lifting and something like that, I didn't feel the need to adjust any other thing on the images. One of the main features on this camera is the high resolution shot. This is not entirely new feature. We've seen it on Olympus EM1 Mark II, but this is actually the first time that this feature actually works as it should. What's happening here? This Panasonic has image stabilization on the sensor, and you can also use it for high resolution. Sensor moves just by a single pixel in every direction and takes several images which are then combined into a single high resolution exposure. Highest available resolution is 80 megapixels, and as you can see from these examples, you can really see the difference. The image you see right now is the normal 20 megapixel native exposure, and if you look at 100% you can see really good rendering of details, especially the tiles on the roof of the house on the left. But if you look on the house on the right, you can clearly see the lack of details. It is really not enough resolution for something like that. High resolution shot which you see right now actually can render even the tiles on the right roof, so this is really a visible difference. Of course, there are certain limitations for high resolution shot. Most important of them is the fact you absolutely need to have the camera on a steady tripod. Handheld, this high resolution shot will not work. There are also some other limitations. For example, you won't be able to select shutter speed longer than 1 second, aperture closed more than f8, and a few of other ones. But this feature, for those who it is built for, and these are primarily landscape and fine art shooters, will actually really make a difference. G9 has a built-in stabilization on the sensor, but can also benefit from image stabilization inside the lenses. And most of the Panasonic lenses already have it. Together with electronic stabilization, all three of them can make really a good stabilization both on images and in videos. For still image photographers, this is maybe even more important, as you can take images even on exposures as long as 1 or maybe even 2 seconds on wide angle. If you have a particular steady hand, you might go even down to 2 seconds. This is really something out of this world. In fact, there is only one camera on the market that has image stabilization as good as Panasonic G9, and that is Olympus EM1 Mark II. So to round things up, I think Panasonic made the best Lumix camera ever. In terms of image quality, especially color rendering, this is clearly the best camera they have ever made. I think this is a really fun camera to use, and this is what will make you to use it more and more and take even more good images.